Are you sick and tired of editing slowly in Fortnite? If so, continue watching this video to learn how to edit as fast as possible, so you don't end up dying constantly from all these tryouts, and so you can defeat your opponents much more quickly. And we're starting right now. Now the first tip to editing faster in Fortnite is to do editing courses. Now there are a lot of editing course maps out there that you can use, and if you don't know any editing course maps, I highly recommend you try the FLEA'S editing dictionary, since it is considered one of the best editing course maps out there. And all the maps I show you in this video, I'll link all their codes in the description as well. The reason why FLEA'S editing dictionary is one of the best editing course maps out there is because it has every single edit you could do in the game, including all the types of single, double, triple, quadruple and reset edits that you can do in the game. And because of that, you'll be able to master every single edit in the game. So I would recommend you try this map out and let me know what you think about it. So the reason why edit courses increase your editing speed is because you're constantly doing the same edit over and over again, and eventually you'll be able to master some of these edits, and once you do that, editing will be much easier for you, which means you'll be able to edit much faster since you're used to editing. So I'd recommend every time you hop on Fortnite, you should do an edit course for like 5 to 15 minutes. You could do more than this if you want, but it's not necessary. And I'm sure a lot of people will start to get bored after doing edit courses for a long time. So yeah, every time you hop on Fortnite, just do 5 to 15 minutes of edit courses, and over time you'll see an increase in your editing speed. And not only that, you'll also be messing up less edits since you'll be more used to editing. The second tip to edit faster in Fortnite is to master double, triple and quadruple edits. Now the reason for this is when you're double, triple and quadruple editing, you are forced to edit much faster than usual, and because of this, your editing will have to adjust to double, triple and quadruple edits, which in the long run you increase your editing speed. So you want to constantly practice doing double, triple and quadruple edits so your editing can adjust to them, and when you get used to editing a few build pieces in one go, your editing speed will get much faster. So the way I recommend you master these is to start with single edits, and once you master single edits, move on to double edits, and once you master double edits, move on to triple edits, etc. And I'd recommend 2 ways of doing this process. So I'd start an editing course and do all the single edits you can until you mastered them, and then before you move on to double edits, to test out if you've actually mastered it, you should free build while doing single edits as well. So for example, you could place a cone above your stair and edit one cone and then continue free building, or you could do tunnels while free building, and you could do a combination of these and any other edits that require you to single edit quickly. And if you don't make many mistakes while doing this, then you most likely master single edits, and then you can move on to double edits and start with the editing courses and then free build with it, etc. So I'm sure you get the point. And another reason why this increases your editing speed is because you're constantly doing the same edit over and over again, which makes you get used to it. And this tip won't just increase your editing speed, it will also allow you to make less mistakes while editing, because you'll get used to these edits and you will have mastered them. The third tip is a very simple tip, and is to edit whenever possible when needed. Now of course you can't improve your editing speed if you don't use them in gunfights. So in real games, if you aren't editing much, you're not going to be improving your editing speed that much, and even if you do use editing a lot in public games, you tend to not get into that many fights. So trying to improve your editing speed in public matches still won't be that effective. And that's why I got a better thing you can use. You could do box fighting in creative mode with your friends, or you could just do creative fill. And if you don't know any box fighting creative maps, you could try the box PvP map, and I'll of course put the map code in the description as well. So if you want to use this map, you can use it. Now the reason why box fighting increases your editing speed a lot is because you have to make many edits in one match, and you'll be doing this constantly at a very fast rate, which means you'll be able to make much more edits, thus increasing your editing speed. And not only that, you'll also be using a lot of piece control, which also links to improving editing speed as well. And playing box fights is generally fun as well, especially if you're playing with your friends. And since box fighting improves a lot of things, including editing speed, piece control, shotgun aim and much more, it is a very effective way of improving your editing speed. But of course I recommend you use a combination of public games and box fights to increase editing speed. So yeah, make sure you make edit plays when necessary. If you're finding this video useful, do drop a like on the video to allow others to learn how to edit faster in Fortnite. But anyways, let's get back into the video. The fourth tip is to reduce crosshair movement while editing. So what I mean by this is when you're in the editing menu, so you see the 9 blue tires, what you want to do is reduce the amount of movement you have to make the edit you want to make. So you want to make an edit play with your crosshair as close to the other tires that you need to make the edit play you want. Obviously when you're editing really quickly, you won't get the least amount of crosshair movement needed for that edit you want to make, but of course you're just trying to reduce the journey time to make the edit play you want, because of course you don't want to edit from the furthest side of each tile, since it will take longer to make an edit play. So just try and reduce the journey time from each tile. With single edits it might not make a big difference, but when it comes to double, triple and quadruple edits, it makes a huge difference. So I'll definitely get into the habit of doing this while making an edit play. The fifth tip to increasing your editing speed is to find your optimal editing sensitivity. Now if you're playing with an editing sensitivity that's too low, you won't be editing that fast. On the other hand, if you're using a very high editing sensitivity, it might be too fast for you to control, which will result in you making more mistakes while making an edit play, and it will sometimes take you a bit longer to adjust your crosshair to make an edit play. So you want to try and find your optimal editing sensitivity that's not too fast but not slow, so pretty much the Goldilocks rule. And if you don't know how to find your optimal editing sensitivity? I have a method you can use to find your optimal editing sensitivity. So I'd recommend you start with a sensitivity of between 1.5 and 2.0. Then what you want to do is use a sensitivity from between 1.5 and 2.0, and you want to play with that sensitivity for quite a while until you get used to it. And if it's too slow for you after you've gotten used to it, increase your editing sensitivity by 0.1. Then do the same thing with that sensitivity, and so on, until you find one that's not too fast but not too slow. And you can do the opposite of this method if your sensitivity is too fast. Decrease it by 0.1, get used to it, etc. Also, if you're wondering what the majority of people's editing sensitivities are, they are between 1.5 and 2.5. So your optimal sensitivity is most likely going to be between there. And since we're talking about settings, I'm going to mention you a setting that allows you to edit faster, and it is the confirm edit on release. And you can find this in the second setting titled game, and then go to the building section, and then it should be the last option there. So what confirm edit on release does is when you're editing and you've selected the tiles you want to edit, once you let go of the button that allows you to select edits, it will automatically make the edit play instead of needing to confirm it. Now if you haven't used this setting before, it might feel weird at first, but once you get used to it, you'll see the massive difference it makes. The final tip is to learn, practice and master some piece control techniques. And a very good map to help you with this is the RAIDER'S piece control practice map. So when you spawn into the map, there will be quite a few weapons right in front of you. So what you want to do is take a few weapons, then you want to walk into the one of 16 sections, 16 being the hardest and 1 being the easiest. So I would recommend you start from 1 and make your way up. So when you go into one of the sections, you want to start placing build pieces and editing them to claim piece control. And once you got every single build piece you can, make an edit play and take a shot at the bot. And you'll be doing it in the same section a few times. And once you finish with the section, you'll automatically be teleported into the main area again. And if you didn't finish a section yet, but you had enough in that section and you want to go to a different section, you can just email at any time and it'll automatically teleport you back into the main area. And once you finish with a section, whether you emoted out or did the whole thing, either way you will see that the section turns red, which means you've completed it. And if you want to do the same section again, all you have to do is shoot the green button at the top in the main area and it will reset every single section you've done. So you'll be able to do those sections again. Also, if you shoot the blue buttons above each number, you'll automatically be teleported into the front of that section. There's also a place you can practice your wall replaces and mongrel classics, and that also allows you to improve your piece control and editing speed. So you can do that in this map as well. And now I'm going to teach you a piece control technique that you can use that's very simple to do. So all you have to do is place a wall, edit a window through that wall, then place 2 cones, one in front of you and one above that, then build walls all around it to block it off. Now if your opponent's in there, you literally trap them like a fly. Now you literally have piece control all over them and you can edit on them however you wish. But if they're not inside the box but they're really close there, you still got the extra piece control advantage over them, so they won't be able to build on the places that you've piece controlled. So either way it can be really effective. And of course another piece control technique you can use is the mongrel classic. So all you have to do is place a wall, edit the wall, place a stair, then block the opponent off with walls, then you can edit the stair and take a shot at them. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend you master these piece control techniques, since once you master these, you'll also be able to edit much quicker as well. If you found this video helpful, do drop a like on the video, and if you don't want to miss out on any new videos I upload, do consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell to never miss out on any new amazing videos I upload. And if you're struggling with leveling up this season, click onto the video on the screen right now, which will teach you how to level up really quickly in Fortnite Chapter 3. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, I'll see you next time.